fight with a coconut tree. It won the first battle, but I won the war. Hello everybody and welcome to the Honor and Knowledge channel. Today is Saturday, the 21st of March. When I weighed myself on Wednesday for the official weekly weigh-in, I had lost half a pound, but not good enough to take a full pound credit so that I could put another star on the official Hungry Strike for America sign. So it remains with 26 stars. I'm losing 50 pounds by the end of October of this year, starting July of last year. In some way, in some weird, wacko way, my losing of 50 pounds supports the Republicans controlling the House after the 2026 elections and the Senate. Having said that, let's get back to the Hungry Strike for America. As I said, I didn't lose a pound. But you know what? There were two reasons for it. One, I told you last week that I've been taking some knee injections instead of getting a knee replacement. Every 6 months I get 3 gel injections. I just finished that regimen. So that reduced my exercise capability, which reduced my caloric use. But the worst part about the last couple weeks has been the almost cracked, hurt rib I got when I was, let's just say it included the use of a 8-foot step ladder, a 14-foot pole saw, and a 5-foot extension on it, using all that to cut down some very high coconuts and fronds off of a coconut tree, which I wanted to cut down in the backyard. So I figured by removing everything I could, it would make it easier to cut down the whole tree because it wouldn't be as heavy way up there. Having said that, I fought the coconut tree, and in the first battle, it won. Now, my story was that I tripped over a palm frond and smashed my chest against the coconut tree itself. Let's just say that's my story. However, perhaps you can imagine something else with a 8-foot step ladder or 18-foot total length of a pole saw cutting directly overhead underneath coconuts and palm fronds. Enough said on that. However, a few days ago, I won the war. Now then, let's get back to the Hungry Strike for America. Bottom line is I wasn't using up as many calories and I didn't adjust my food intake. That was wrong. I also, because of the rib problem, I did not sleep as well. In hindsight, I should have considered everything more serious than it really was as far as impacting my caloric intake. I recognize now that if you have a severe injury or a significant impact on your mobility that comes on all of a sudden, you really need to take that in consideration, if it's possible, to adjust your caloric intake. I learned a lesson there. And I was disappointed in myself last Wednesday, honestly. As I told you in the last video on the Hungry Strike for America, the one problem associated with a natural weight loss journey is the one disappointment is when you weigh yourself and you haven't lost weight, even though you've been struggling and fighting for it. If you struggle and fight, but not enough, you don't lose the weight and you get impatient and discouraged, as I was on Wednesday. I have to admit that it was not a happy moment when I weighed myself. So, thank you very much for watching this video. By the way, if you're like me, as things progress in our country with more identification of fraud in voting, more holding back by the Democrat senators against the SAVE Act, against funding DHS, all the stupid activities by the Democrats just makes me more positive of the need for us to retain the majority in the House and the Senate and increase those majorities. Thank you very much for watching this video. God bless you. God bless President Trump and his administration. God bless the military, every man and woman serving, no matter where. God bless the United States of America. Thank you for watching the Honor and Knowledge channel. Goodbye.